If you watched my video covering Super Mario World's Randomizer, you may have noticed that I also said I want to make a video on Super Mario 64's. Here I am today to do that. This video took a long time to record. My first attempt was successful but got corrupted. I tried everything I could to restore the footage, but ended up with this, and I don't really want to make a video on a Mario 64 slideshow. In Super Mario 64's Randomizer, every course has a chance of being something completely random. But yes, it is possible for the course to be the exact same. The enemy spawns are also randomized, and so are the star spawns and coin spawns. You get the point. And yes, this hack is EverDrive compatible, which is what I use for this video just like every other video. Dan Salvato, the person who made Frankerface Z and Doki Doki Literature Club, also made a level tracker for the randomizer, which was a very helpful tool to remember what paintings lead to where and to note what stars you got if needed. Also, unlike Super Mario World's randomizer, people actually do speedruns of this one, and the top times are pretty good considering how difficult they can be to run. Also, if you are wondering why I am on light mode on this page, it is because the theme for this page is bad. I will leave links in the description to the Randomizer Discord server, the speedrun.com page, and as mentioned, Arthurtilly's video with a download link. Let's begin. Start up the game, made sure the seed was random, and began. The Lakitu does not appear in the randomizer at all, so I just went across. If you are wondering where I am going for my first star, I am heading to the moat because it seems like a place I would likely forget about later on. The moat unfortunately wasn't a course, and it was Dark World. Beating Bowser in randomizers, except for the final one of course, is completely pointless because both key doors are already opened. Usually in a randomizer playthrough I wouldn't, but the coin spawns here were very nice, so I got the right coin star. Next I headed into what should be Dark World to see what that was, and it was the secret slide. I couldn't find the box, so I just slid down and got the under 21 second star. Went to Bob-omb Battlefield after this, and it turned out to be Whomp's Fortress, which was very nice. Here I collected 100 coins along with reds. I went to the Whomp's painting after this, and it was Snowman's Land. I initially wasn't sure what to get here, so I decided to get the Chill with the Bully star since it is always pretty free. Snowman's Land was actually Rainbow Ride. After bonking into the wall, I just got one of the free stars that was laying around. Rainbow Ride was Cool Mountain. This stage is kind of annoying in randomizers because only one star is free. I spawned next to the pink Bob-omb, so I decided to open the cannon. I then ran to the cannon and my shot was slightly too low and I bonked. Cool Mountain was Wing Mario over the rainbow, which is absolutely horrible in randomizers and impossible at the moment since I didn't have the wing cap, so I ran off. Wing Mario over the rainbow was Shifting Sandland. I got the Talon star here, which had a pretty strange spawn. Shifting Sandland was the Metal Mario room. I hit the switch, got 7 red coins but couldn't find the last, but then realized it was hiding in the ceiling, so I got it and grabbed a star. After you get a star in the Metal Mario room, you jump out of the Hazy Maze Cave entrance, and Hazy Maze Cave was Hazy Maze Cave. Not for long though. I spawned in at the Metal Cap entrance. I was debating whether or not I should jump in, but I did, and it was Bob-omb Battlefield. Pretty annoying that this turned out to be an actual course, especially Bob-omb Battlefield because a lot of stars here are pretty easy to get. I got 100 coins here, was supposed to grab the red coin star, but I had 7 reds, spent way too long trying to find the 8th, so I gave up and just grabbed the box star. Went back into Bob-omb Battlefield, which was Whomp's, and grabbed a very difficult star. I then went to Snowman's Land and picked up another very difficult star. I then went to Rainbow Ride and you should see where this is going. The spree stopped here though since Rainbow Ride was Cool Mountain. Only one star that's truly fast and free here, but I couldn't find it. I grabbed the slide star, but it took quite a while because the spawn was weird. I tried to leave the CCM room since I didn't want to go back to that horrible Wing Mario over the rainbow course, but then realized I was locked out. I went there, intentionally died, and went back to SSL. The bird stole my hat, which was pretty annoying, but I grabbed the top of the pyramid star. My goal was to get my hat back as soon as I could because it was kind of bothering me for some reason, even though I don't really think it matters. I went back into Bob-omb Whomps and got the Thwomp star. Since I was close to a piranha plant, it played the lullaby rather than the boss music, which was very fitting. I went to Snowman's Land next through the Whomp's painting and found the box star relatively quickly. After this, I was in Rainbow Ride and was supposed to get a star, but my joystick notches are very unreliable. Finally back in SSL, I snatched my hat back and died. I wanted to find out what Lethal Lava Land was, which was a very good decision because it was Wet Dry World, a very nice course for randomizers. But let's just ignore the fact that this stage is the complete opposite of Lethal. I decided to get the 100 coins here along with secrets. Wet Dry World was the aquarium room. Obviously this star is very slow and boring, but it is always a free star, so I might as well take it. I then was in the Jolly Roger Bay room and wanted to see what the aquarium was, but it was Fire Sea, so I just jumped into lava and died. I don't like getting reds in the Bowser stages in randomizers. It's bad. Dire Docks turned out to be the wing cap stage. It was kind of annoying, but I got all the reds here and got the star and hit the switch. I then checked what JRB was, and it was Tall Mountain. Very difficult stuff here. I then checked what Tall Mountain was, and What do you know, it was JRB. This created a loop for me, which was pretty cool. In JRB, I collected the 100 coin star with reds. After this, I went back into TTM, got another free star laying around. Note that every star except for the red coin star in TTM is almost out in the open, so this stage was pretty free. In JRB, I got the box star. In TTM, I got another free star. This required a ton of swimming, but in JRB, I got the chest star. Once again, in TTM, I got another free star. In JRB, I got the sunken ship star, which was also a chest star, I guess, but whatever. In TTM, I got a kind of free star this time, the monkey star. I got the eel star in JRB, and after this, I got the red coin star in TTM. I was done with TTM here because I was too lazy to get hundreds. I went to JRB and got the through the jet stream star and was finally done manipulating the loop. After this, I was curious what the secret slide was, and it turned out to be Dire Docks. I got the sub star because it was there, and it is required to open up the Fire Sea entrance. Fire Sea was lethal, which kinda makes sense, I guess. I got the only out in the open star here, the red hot log rolling star. I went back into lethal dry world and got one of the free stars. I didn't want to go back into wet dry world since it was pointless to go into the aquarium, so I went to check out what Tiny Huge Island was. It was Tiny Huge Island. Only difference here is that I went to a small painting and I spawned in the big location. I died. I then noticed that Toad was here and was pretty confident that he had a star, which he did, and after this, I went back into THI. I am not a huge fan of this course. I went to the aquarium just to leave, and then wanted to check out what the wing cap place was. It was the vanish cap place. I was going to get the red coin star here, but died. I went to the CCM room, but then realized what it was. After this, I head out to Big Busan. I was wondering what this could be. Maybe TikTok clock? Nope. It was Big Busan. This seed is very strange. I spawned right next to the large eyeball, so I decided to run around it and got that star. I went back in and got hundreds and some free star. I then got the intended first star where you have to stomp all the boos and then the big one. This was incredibly annoying because the camera was very awkward here since it spawned on the roof and the game tries to force a locked camera angle here. Luckily, I found out you can Mario Cam C down while outside the house and the angle will stay once you get on the roof. After this, I got the other big boo star and this boo also happened to spawn on the roof. Very irritating. To finish up Big Boo's haunt, I got the merry-go-round star and attempted the red coin star, but was taking too long to find all of them. I went back to the basement, caught Mips, and headed back to go to Wet Dry World. I got one of the box stars here that I didn't get previously. At this point, I realized I didn't even finish Womps yet, which was a very big mistake because all the stars here are free. I finished it up by getting the 3 extra stars and then headed to Snowman's Land, where I got the box star inside the igloo. Snowman's Land, or Rainbow Ride, I got another very difficult star here. After this, it was time to head to TikTok Clock. This stage was none other than TikTok Clock. There's another one of those stages where all the stars except reds are out in the open. I got one, got another one, and these next 2 spawned way too close together. I jumped into the cluster of the 2 whole stars and tried to get the other one after this, but accidentally grabbed the one I got previously. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to get it, but luckily my angle was correct on my next attempt. I got one more star here because I couldn't be bothered to get reds. I went to the basement again and claimed the second MIP star. I tried talking to the Toad in the hallway expecting him to give me a star, but he didn't. After this, I went back into Hazy Maze Cave and died instantly on my first attempt. On my second attempt, I spawned fairly close to a star, but decided to head to Bob on Battlefield from the Metal Cap Warp. I then fought King Bob-omb, who was not on the summit, but instead at the lowest point of the map. Back in the basement, I knew the star-giving Toad had to be somewhere, and I had a feeling he was near the 2 pillars. He was, so I did not end up wasting my time. I then went back into HMC and got that star I skipped earlier. Got another free star, then went back into Bob on Battlefield and got another free star. Back in Hazy Maze Cave, take a guess what I got. Another free star. I then went back to Bob on Battlefield to race Koopa the Quick. Now, this was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced in Super Mario 64. After I obliterated Koopa the Slow, I was messing around with this Bob-omb on the summit. Not King Bob-omb, he got dethroned by this little one. Anyway, accidentally grabbed the bomb in the frame that exploded and cloned a sparkle effect from the coin. After Koopa the Quick finally made it up after like a minute later, he gave me the star, but he was so salty that he lost. He threw the star a very far distance. Luckily for me though, I was holding a cloned object, which then cloned the star once it was loaded in. I threw it and it counted as the Koopa the Quick star. I have truly never done this before, it was pretty cool. At this point, there were only 5 stars left. I went back into Hazy Maze Cave and you get the point. 4 stars left. I went to SSL, got the secrets. 3 stars left. Went back to Lethal Lava Land and tried to get the Boyle, the big bully star, but died. I then went to Wet Dry World and got... yeah, only 2 more to go. I went back into Lethal and managed to get the Boyle, the big bully star this time, but the spawn was horrible. I need to grab the shell to get it because I could not be bothered to ride the log. I went back into Lethal for 1 last star and... I really hate this spawn. I went back into the volcano, and luckily my spawn here was right next to a star I could claim, so I grabbed it. I had 70 at this point, so I could beat the game. I then head upstairs. I went through the Bowser stage, you get it. Yeah, I got all 3 throws first try for some reason. I can never get this luck on runs. And there it is. Randomizer complete with the random seed of 11007. While it was incredibly frustrating to lose my initial footage, both playthroughs were very fun. While I have played Randomizer SM64 a lot, these are the only 2 times I've actually completed the Randomizer. I've always got got like 60 stars and quit for some reason. If you enjoyed the game, you should definitely give it a try yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, leaving a like helps with the channel a ton, and if you want to see more videos like this one, feel free to drop a sub. Thank you guys, I'll see you all in the next one, and peace.